What's up guys, Corey Has No Life here and welcome to episode number 21 of the Formula 1 Noob Career Mode and the penultimate round of Season 1. We are here for the Brazilian Grand Prix and things are looking pretty good for us. Brazil is a track where we have a lot of experience both in the old Formula 1 game and on iRacing, Interlagos being one of my favourite tracks. And it looks like our chassis upgrade that we asked for failed, the wiring harness redo. And apparently we also have a hidden message that we can't access for whatever reason, because Formula 1. So we're going to redevelop the cable assembly there, and I know for sure and certain we're going to get that for the final race at Abu Dhabi. So it's time for us right now to go and head into qualifying.
Welcome to qualifying here in Interlagos as the cars are readying up for what's likely to be a very important session. And I'm here, of course, with Anthony Davidson on what has turned out to be a very pleasant day indeed. No weather to interfere, no problems on the track, so absolutely no room for error.
That's right, Crofty. It's looking good out there at the moment. Each team will have their own game plan for this session, and of course, once the cars leave the garage, they'll be under parc ferme conditions, so any last-minute adjustments need to be done right here and now. Beyond that, it's all up to the driver. Who can keep their tyres in the right temperature? Who can hit their apexes? No race fuel on board these days, of course. These are the fastest cars we've had in a long, long time, and it's right here in qualifying where they're at their absolute peak. Let's get started.
So we head straight out now for our run in qualifying 1. As you can see, the time is not up on the screen, so this is our first run in qualifying 1. As I previously outlined, Interlagos is one of my favourite tracks both in Formula 1 games and on iRacing, and it's just a track that I really gel with pretty alright. It does have its quirky little sections, but I find that it's very enjoyable. And when you overlay the old track map over the new track map, it's amazing how much of the original track actually still exists within the new track. As we now head into Sector 3 of the lap, after we go around this hairpin and around this sweeping left-hander, we're going to go to the long straight that's not a straight. This is effectively the final corner, and I will call it as such. I don't care what people say. This is really just a long straightaway because there is no lifting whatsoever until you get into the center chicane. Daniel Ricciardo goes for a 1:10.996. We go for a 1:09.978 to take provisional pole. We skip forward to the end of qualifying, but it's only good enough for P10 at the moment. See Charles Leclerc, our rival, up in 3rd, Lucas Weber in 9th. We scroll down a little bit further. George Russell, our teammate, out of Q1, down in 17th, and Devin Butler again out of Q1. Absolutely gutting for him, but oh well, he's a prick. We move on to Quali 2, and again this is our first run of the session, and our only run of the session. We absolutely attack the curbs in the center chicane. We have Lance Stroll who comes out of the pits. He gets right on the racing line and in our way. We have to take avoiding action while still trying to maintain a decent pace so we can continue on for our lap. As we go through the double apex right-hander there into this tight hairpin section, which is effectively 3 hairpins in a row of varying radiuses. This final one being the tightest of them. And we make a long run around that left-hander to the final corner and make a huge run up the hill, extracting all the revs that we possibly can out of this Mercedes engine. Across the line, let's say 109.841. We skip through to the end of qualifying, and this time it's good enough for P9. As we scroll through the field a little bit here, we see Lucas Weber made his way to 5th. As Charles Leclerc almost knocked out, only managing 10th place there. But we'll have to see how things unfold in Quali 3. And here is our Quali 3 lap now. I'm just going to be quiet so we can enjoy this one together. Run up to the line now, we cross the line, and it's only good enough for P3 there.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Bottas, and Max Verstappen. Goodbye for now then, but
like
we're
Charles
really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights
Lucas
Out
Weber
tomorrow.
managing to get his way into 6th position there. As now we're going to go and see the resource point and the rivalry updates. At this point, Charles Leclerc has quite convincingly defeated us in the rivalry, which is a shame for us. I was hoping we could take it right to the bitter end of this race, but unfortunately, he prevails. We do gain a solid amount of resource points though, which we're probably not going to spend with the end of the season coming up. We might look at targeting some of them big upgrades, like some of
Well
the
done.
majors.
Very
and
solid
ultimates.
results. You're looking good for the race.
We're going to take one last quick look at the weather, and then it will be time for us to head on to the Grand Prix. I went to see if we could maybe assign a new rival at that point, but it wasn't to be. So here we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Now I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton. They've had a fantastic campaign, it's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Magnussen, Kimi Raikkonen, and Gasly are Williams, Perez, Weber, they've taken a grid penalty, and Lando Norris, Verstappen, Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, and Hülkenberg, Russell, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Roman Grosjean. Sainz and Devon Butler starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, let's be patient going into turn 1. We want to be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck.
So we're just going to have a very quick look at the strategy here. to see if maybe we want to play around with it a little bit. It looks pretty rock solid. We're sitting on the grid waiting. We go to 5 red lights. And we're underway for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Very tight area going into the run into turn 1 here. And it looks like we had a little bit of contact on the outside. There's yellow flags being waved.
Caution, caution.
And we have a virtual safety car out. I'm going to have to check the replay cameras to see what happened. It looks like Lucas Weber was on my outside there, heading into turn 1. And unfortunately, we squeezed him off the track, which has brought out the virtual safety car. Now at this point I was a little bit silly. I didn't go down to the lean fuel mixture straight away, so we burnt up a little bit extra fuel there before we got to the end of the straight. We also seem to be a little bit faster than everyone else on Delta time. We're catching up to the back of Raikkonen here, almost hitting him there.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
VSC has ended. We're immediately going to have a look up the inside of Raikkonen, making quite a bit of contact with him in that tight hairpin. We hang around the outside on the left-hand sweeper and into the final corner. And it looks like we've got the move made before we made turn in. Still getting a bit of room there, just in case anyway. And now it's time for us to try and hunt down Gasly as we go through the rest of these laps.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
But Raikkonen fights back. He gets us quite convincingly going into turn 1. And we're going to try and stick with him on the outside, but he dove into turn 1 very deep. So we're going to make an inside move on him here, try and squeeze him to as close to the edge of the track as we can make him go. And we lock up slightly on the left front, run wide through turn 4, and he gets us back in turn 5. Now we move on to the end of lap 2 here. And we are right up Raikkonen's truck right now. We even give him a little bit of a push there to go faster. And then he comes out and tries to squeeze us off the grass as well. That takes a time into that, so we try and squeeze him back down a little bit.
Race officials have enabled the DRS. DRS is now available.
As we go into turn 1, but we go in deep, and he tries to get back up on the left side. We're having none of it. Now we move on to lap 8, and this is going to be our in lap. So we need a nice smooth pit stop with a quick stop time. Williams team can deliver an ultra fast pit stop like we've become accustomed to from them.
Go now.
A 1.800, not a bad stop at all, still faster than the Red Bulls.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
That was my bad, I was just slow on the button. Now we move on to the end of lap 11. We're closing in on the back of Verstappen. We take the line around the outside of him as we head up to the run to the finish line. We get the position made. We go through the center chicane. We run a little bit wide there on the third part of it. Now he's got the DRS on us. We try and squeeze him over as far as we can.
Is 3.3 seconds.
Almost his entire car up in front of us. We're holding on strong for a moment. We couldn't get it done. We slip him back behind him. Now we go to the end of lap 12. Try and get the move to stick again. And again we go to the outside of him on that left-hander just before the start-finish line. And we go purple to the final sector even. We have a much tidier center chicane this time by. And we get that move made really nicely. We move on to lap 14 now, and we are defending heavily from Verstappen this time. With my engine skills, it almost made it look like it was the same lap, but this is one lap later. And this time we hold faster around the outside on him, and we try and push him off the edge of the circuit, which actually invited Perez to overtake Verstappen.
This is your final lap. Final
And
lap
move
of the
on to
race.
the last lap of the Grand Prix. We're only in P6 and we're probably not a chance at all of catching up to Magnussen. He's already at the end of this
There's
straightaway
only
as we're
one
just
lap
getting
of fuel
onto it.
remaining.
And Perez and Verstappen have fallen by the wayside behind us, and they're actually in a battle with a Ferrari, which I'm fairly certain is the Ferrari of Vettel actually. Now I was pushing these tyres really hard this entire stint, and yeah, by the end of the race here, they were pretty ragged to say the least. I mean, the wear was probably not too bad, but they were probably overheating a little bit and making it fairly hard to drive. You can see going down the second gear there for that final corner, just so we can try and maintain some kind of traction going through the corner. Lewis Hamilton has won the Grand Prix. We cross the line and it's P6.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So there is the podium.
After an incredible day of racing, who was your
Lewis
driver of the
Hamilton
day,
came
Ant?
home to
Roman
win,
Grosjean's my
Bottas in
driver of the
P2,
day.
and
I don't think I've
our
ever seen such
rival
a strong
Charles
performance
Leclerc
from him.
It's another
ended
clear
up
win for
getting
Mercedes
third
as they
there.
managed to secure the
Just to rub
Constructors'
that
title.
little bit of
An
extra
incredible
salt into
performance
the wounds.
for the whole team. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
ourselves there in P6. Scroll down a little bit further, we can see Lucas Weber there in 10th. Scroll down a little bit further, find Devin Butler has actually made his way up to 15th in this race. Yeah, if we scroll down a little bit further, we can see our teammate George Russell all the way down in 18th. So that's not good for him. We go and have a quick little look at the standings. So Valtteri Bottas has re-overtaken us for P2 in the championship. As we go over and check out the constructors, and nothing's changed there. So it's time for us to move on to the interview with Claire.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Devin did much better in today's race than he did in qualifying. Were you expecting that? You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
You had a bit of a rivalry going on, but it looks like he bested you. It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Appreciate your time.
So now we're going to go and have a look at the rivalry update and the R&D point update as well. And again, you can see there that Charles Leclerc has just absolutely dominated us. And we're still leading the rivalry there with George Russell. So if we have a good showing at the final round, we could probably end up beating him by the time the season is over, which will give us a much needed resource point boost heading into the off season. So we got 397 resource points there for that race. Lost quite a bit of respect there with Williams for losing the rivalry.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
So we've got a couple of messages there. One of them will be the rivals attending events, which we don't really care about. The other one's debrief. We're going to have a quick little look at the R&D tree to see if there's anything that we might want to do. And I was thinking about maybe hitting those 2 minor engine upgrades there, just so we had all the minors done. But we decided against it. So guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. As usual, we're going to leave you with the highlights of the Grand Prix as provided by Formula 1 2019. Until the next episode, see you guys next time.